All right, welcome back to Flyin Miata. I'm Brandon. We're going to show you some new products today. LED sequential turn signal in the back, and then an LED turn signal on the front fender there. We're going to go through the install, super easy, but we're going to show you how to get those in real quick and easy. All right, so this is a pretty simple kit actually. It's just a straight drop-in for the stock bulb. You've got your circuit board here. All of these are the LEDs. It just plugs right into the bulb socket. You've got a jumper harness here that plugs into either side of where the bulb or where the harness originally plugs in. And then you've got a resistor right here, so you don't have to worry about hyper flash with the LEDs, since we're going from incandescent to LED. All right, so we need to remove the carpeting from the trunk, and this plastic panel here, actually really easy to do. One thing to note, Mazda has these pretty slick little plastic fasteners. You want to pull the center of it out. See, there's a gap there, not all the way, just about that far. And then you can pull the entire thing out. So really easy. You just have to make sure that you've got your order of operations like that. I've already pulled them out of here to save us some time. On this one, you have 4. So here and here, and then this guy just kind of pops out. It's going to be underneath the lower carpet, so we'll just work it out of there. There are these plastic pegs in there as well, so make sure that you don't pull on that too hard. There's also this harness for the light. It's going to be plugged in. I've already unplugged that one as well. So that's all you need to do there. Plastic piece comes out. There's a hidden fastener right here. Again, I've already removed everything, but there's a hidden fastener right here. One here, one here, one here, one here. So again, just kind of pull it out from everything, and there you go, comes out super easy. So this is the plug for the lights. I would actually recommend leaving it plugged in for now. This is a grommet. We need to push it in to get it out. You just kind of push it in a little bit, push it towards the back of the car, and it pops out like that. Pretty easy. 10mm wrench to get this guy off. Piece of cake. Phillips head for this guy right here. Okay, and this is the only kind of weird part about it. So there's a plastic fastener that's holding the taillight in right here. It's basically a slotted piece. So we need to push the taillight straight back to get it to pop out. So in order to do that, you put your hand back into that hole where we just punched the grommet through, and you just push straight towards the back of the car, and it's going to come out. So I have not unplugged the harness yet. I did that on purpose so that in case I'm not holding the taillight, I don't launch it across the room and break things. So now that it is loose, I'm just going to push down on the tiny little tab, unplug it, pull that out, and there you go. And the tab that you're pushing down on is right there. Easy peasy. So this is the socket that we're going to take out. Pay close attention to how it's oriented. You can see there's a little nub right there. It's up against that notch, and then this is where it's going to stop. So that is the specific orientation of the socket. It will only fit in there in one direction or one orientation. So make sure that you take note of that. Make sure that you're paying attention as you take it apart and put it back together. So quarter turn to get that. You can see now the gray nub is against the black nub, and it pulls straight out. Easy. Bulb just pulls straight out of there, no big deal. Now the LED strip is too long to fit in there if you put it onto the socket first. So put it into the housing first. Carefully push it into the socket. You can break the circuit board if you're a little abusive with this, so kind of gently work it into place there. And then again, we're going to try to line this nub up with that nub. And we're gonna kinda, so it's quite a bit longer, obviously, than the stock bulb. So, and I've also found that if you angle the tip of it so it's towards the top of the housing, it'll end up in a better place once you get it fully in. So we're gonna kind of work it in there, a little bit of wiggle, quarter turn, and there you go. It's in place, that's it. So now, just a matter of putting it back in the car. Take this guy, make sure you feed it back through the hole that it came out of. Just like that. You don't have to be real scientific about it, just make sure the plug is in there and we can pull the rest of it back in later, or kind of as we go as well. We're gonna push it until it pops back into place like that. All right, so we're gonna reinstall our hardware. We've got an M6 10mm head bolt, or excuse me, nut right there. Don't go crazy on it. It is plastic that the stud is actually seated into, so you can break it. Phillips head right here. Again, snug, but don't go crazy. You're sandwiching a plastic piece and it's actually threading into a plastic piece, so you could fairly easily break it, strip it out, something like that. So now we're gonna pull this wire back through. You don't wanna pull on the wire itself, pull on the rubber grommet and just kind of pull it and work it, and there you go. Pulls right into place, no big deal. So we've got our jumper harness here. Super easy. The small end, I mean, it's male and female kind of stuff, pretty standard. So this plugs into this end. Make sure you get that click. This plugs into this end. And make sure you get your orientation right. You can kind of tell there are grooves right there, and there are you know, pins, whatever, right there. Clips together. This is the resistor. This is what's going to keep it from hyper flashing. So again, make sure you get your orientation right. The pins are on one side and the slots are on the other side. So you know, it won't go together like that. It does go together like that. So this has some double-sided tape on the bottom of it. Find a place that you're happiest with, really. Right down there is fine. Wipe it off, you know, ideally some rubbing alcohol, and that will be stuck in place. And that's it. Reinstall the carpet, make sure that stuff is oriented properly. The bottom carpet overlaps all the side carpet and all the side plastic. Push your fasteners back in, you know, make sure that the center is pulled out, push it in, push the center back in once it's in place. That's it. Don't forget your plug for the trunk light, and do the other side and you're done. All right, so here's our new turn signal. Here's our old turn signal. We're gonna swap them out. Again, quick and easy. So the first thing you need to do, these two, and I've already removed them, but there's two fasteners here and here. They're just like, or they're very similar to the fasteners that we dealt with in the trunk there. You pull out the center section that far, then you pull the entire one. These are a little bit stronger, so you might want to use a screwdriver instead of your fingernail. You might cut yourself. Okay, so we've taken those two fasteners out. You can just kind of grab the fender liner, pull it forward a little bit, slip your hand in there. Real easy to find the light. You just want to grab the plastic and push it straight back, and then the front will slip out. You can weave it out, a little tab on the plug there, and it pulls out. That's it. So you can see this is the spring clip that we're pushing back when we push the thing backwards, and this is the little hook that we're trying to disengage on the front there. So again, piece of cake. You can see the difference between the two right there. You can pretty clearly see the incandescent orange bulb in the stock one, but not in the new LED. The new LED is nice and clear. So to put it back in, obviously make sure to plug it in first. Make sure you get that click so it's in all the way. And weave it in there. Make sure you get the front hook hooked. Push it in until it clicks. That's it. Put your fender liner. Your fender liner will kind of conform to shape to start off with. Push your 2 fasteners in. Again, make sure the center is pulled out. Push it into place. Push the center in, and we're done. All right, so that's the install of our LED sequential turn signals in the rear and our LED turn signals in the front. As you can see, pretty easy. No additional parts necessary, straight plug and play, no extra resistors or anything like that. So we also have our LED side markers for the ND as well. So if you guys have any questions, comments, please hit us up, social media, email, phone call. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.